Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Inuyashiki episode 2. That's what I expected. That's exactly what I expected from episode 2. Now, first and foremost, my manga knowledge ends here. I actually had thought I gotten past this point, but when we got to a certain part of the episode near the end, essentially, I was like, wait, I don't remember much of this. I remember the impact of Hiro's introduction to the series, but I don't remember anything beyond that. So I'm presuming that either I don't remember any of it, or more so just because of the fact that, maybe that's where I actually ended from the series. Because I thought I got past the first volume, but it could be that I didn't get past that far. But anyways, Hiro is introduced, like I just said, and yes, if you've been somehow skipping the opening, which I don't know why you would, because the opening is like one of the best of the season, hands down. You would not see that Ichiro is the antagonist. You would think in your head, oh, it's the high schooler, it's the kid that was with Ichiro, and so Hiro must be like a good guy too. Maybe they're going to work together. Maybe they both have similar powers. They'll use them to get. No, Hiro, as we learn, and as you see from the opening, is an antagonist by every definition of the word, and you especially learn it when you see what he does in this episode with him killing the whole family off. And basically talking to the one girl of the family before killing her about One Piece, which, by the way, tons of anime references in this episode. We had that Gantz, which is funny because it's the creators of Gantz. We also had, obviously One Piece, and I think a few other things were referenced to. Attack on Titan was also referenced. But what's interesting, though, is that we learn more about Hiro's background in this episode, and it's kind of important to understand that he's very detached as an individual. A lot of people that love anime and manga go into this mindset where it's like, oh, I feel horrible when a character dies off. And don't get me wrong, I understand it completely. Like Clannad, for example, when someone dies in Clannad, I get really emotional myself. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. But I get emotional in the sense that I get emotional from the actual depth of the scene itself and the emotions that they're trying to convey. It's not like I'm losing now, I'm going to lose sleep over the fact that, oh no, someone died, I can't live with myself. If you let yourself go that far into the realm of where you're crying for a character that dies off, and it's affecting you to the point where even it's affecting more than even real life people dying around you, that's what Hiro's problem is, and that might be a very scary thing because that's a sociopath. By definition, that is. And, that's kind of a scary thing in its own right. But we see that's how detached Hiro is when they show the flashback of the fact that he talks about how he doesn't care about anyone dying, even if it's someone in his family if they were to die. But we see when he's reading the manga and he's seeing a One Piece scene, he starts bawling his eyes out. He starts crying. He goes, "Oh man, I was so emotional." That's Hiro's character is pretty messed up. We'll say that the best way. I'm not going to curse, but we'll say he's messed up. Even the fact when Ichiro actually showed up to the house because he heard the thing over his ear and he wasn't in time to save the daughter of the family, but the fact that he heard it and it echoed into his ear, and he sees this guy and Hiro's response is, "Oh, there was a grandpa. I wonder if there's a grandma too." It's like this guy is happy to kill his whole family off just at random. That's messed up. But it's interesting because that's their official meetup is basically on violence already. So I can only imagine episode 3 is going to be freaking incredible. I mean, honest to God, I'm loving it already. This show is awesome, and the depth and the kind of emotion they're showing, and even the fact that they're showing, I want to say so much visceral violence. Excuse me, I almost flubbed my word there for a little bit. But the amount of visceral violence that they're showing with this is crazy because I mean, this guy killed the mom. He killed the father, then let the son drown because he was crushed under the father's weight. And then killed a girl because she was talking about One Piece and then tried to run away from him. Jesus, man, that's terrifying. So, yeah, bottom line, this episode was pretty interesting and pretty dark in its own right. I can only imagine that the rest of the series is going to get, like, whoo. I mean, I know a few people that have read the manga all the way to completion and told me that this is the tip of the iceberg, so I'm very curious how bad it can get when it comes to, like, how dark and morbid this story can get. Anyways, guys and girls, what were your thoughts? I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Tell me. As always, if you like this review, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, check out my Patreon for various rewards, etc. I will talk to you later. I'm done with my reviews today. God bless you all. Bye-bye.